Hi everyone, I'm Nick, alias beerbelly-68036 from the SSR Fanatics Forum. I'm here today to show you how to install a bracket I developed that will fix your inside door handle problem. Your door, if it has not been touched since it's been new, may have the inside door handle still mounted on the door panel, which then you will have to remove your door panel to take your door handle off to put my bracket back on. In my case, it's already been removed, so I can get to and do my fix to show you without having to take my door panel off. If you need to take your door panel off, you can go on the forum to Dictator's how-to library, and he has a step-by-step instructions on how to remove the door panel. So now we're going to switch to how to mount my bracket on the door handle and onto the door to make a more permanent fix. Okay, so by now you've got your door handle off. You either knew how to do it or you followed Dictator's how-to library. This is what you should have without the plastic, and it's my bracket. Depending on which door you are doing it on, my bracket is labeled. There's an R for passenger door and there's an L for the driver's door. It's a universal bracket, works on either side. We're putting it back on the passenger door, so the R will be facing up. We're going to assemble it into the door handle first. Take the bracket, put it into the door handle. Now take the spring. On the spring, one leg will be longer than the other. Yours won't have a bend in it. That's just the way mine is. The short end faces away from the handle. Just this way, just like this, and put it into the bracket. Let it fall down. You don't have to mess with spring tension. Just line up the hole in the bracket and put your pin through. Make sure it's through the spring as you're sliding it through. Outside, and your little C-clamp goes back on. You can use your fingernail to snap it on. It's together. Once it's together, the spring is floating. Then you can preload your spring by taking it and putting it up and over the back of the preloader. It's preloaded now. Simple as that. It's so much easier than doing it the other way. Now we're going to take it to the door and mount it on the door. Okay, we are ready now to mount the assembled door handle on the door. As I said before, my truck door, the inside door handle plastic detaches. It's not made onto the door. Those of you who have the door panel off, you'll have to put your door panel on after the handle is placed on the door. In any case, it's going to look a little different. The only thing that's going to be the same on everybody's door is this nut. This holds the window channel on. You're going to take this nut off because that's where my door handle bracket mounts. Once you have it off, you'll have your door handle that we assembled and my bracket. You're going to place this part of the door handle into its pocket and the corresponding upper hole over the door stud, into the channel and on the door stud. And you're going to take the nut, and if your door panel is not off the car, be careful, hold on to the nut so you don't drop it inside the door panel. Mount it onto the stud. Finger tight. As you're running it up with your fingers, make sure you're holding your door handle horizontal in line with your door holes that you took the 10mm bolts out of. Run it up snug with your fingers. Then take your 1/2 inch or 13mm open end wrench and tighten the nut. Make sure it's good and tight. Once you have it tight, now go over to the striker on the outside of your door. This way you don't have to close your door and open your door all the time. You can check that the door handle works by doing this. Take your thumb or your finger, pull the striker down to simulate it locking. Pull back on your door handle, make sure it unlocks. Do that 3 or 4 times to be sure your door handle is working. Once it's working, now you can assemble the rest of your molding back on the door. Now here we have to go back to the molding. I have to show you where to cut the old tabs off. Okay, so now we are at the point where we have to cut the molding to put it back on. I'm calling it molding. It's actually your door pull, to pull the door closed. When you took it off before, this is how it was assembled. The plastic tabs inside here are what breaks on this piece. And that's why we have my bracket to fix that. So you need to cut these plastic tabs off. I made lines here. All you need to do is cut them basically straight across and take this section out, because you don't need it anymore, just to give clearance to go over the handle in the door. This is what it should look like, less these openings. These openings are for when I was developing the brackets. I made more room and I didn't have to. So all you're gonna have is your tabs will be gone. They normally would be right here. You're just taking that piece out and it'll slide right on the door handle when you put it back on. If it's mounted on your door panel, as in the first step, it'll be a little bit more involved in trying to cut it because your door panel's in the way, but lay it on a soft surface and take a hacksaw blade and just cut straight through it, take it out. If you have a power tool such as a multi-tool with a flat blade on it, you can zip it off faster, or a Dremel, you can take it off that way. Don't use a pair of dikes or nippers and try and snip the plastic, because you take the chance of the plastic cracking all the way up past where you can see it. Whatever boo-boo you make down here, you'll never see. The other molding is going to cover it, so you're okay as long as you don't go past this outer ring. That's all cut. That's all covered inside here. So if you slip and make a boo-boo, it don't have to be perfectly straight, as long as it clears to go over the handle, like that. You just need the clearance. Is all you need. Once you have it cut, you're ready to assemble your molding back on your door. Okay, for those of you who have the detachable inside door handle, you'll have it off in your hand and it'll be cut out like this. For those of you who have it already still attached to the door panel, it'll be on there and you'll have to maneuver your door panel up and over the handle to get it back on the door. It's not difficult. You just slide it one way and then back over the top. So now we're going to take it, like for those of us that have the removable ones on our trucks, and I'm just going to slide it on into its hole, and it's ready to put the 10mm bolts back in, and then your outside molding goes on. I'm not going to put the bolts in to take time up. Your outside molding will go on and snap in to its handles. For those of you, the little plastic tabs on these break off. If you have an issue like that, like I had, because I took it off so many times trying to make these brackets, just get yourself some Velcro, stick it on the back, and the other piece inside. You're not going to see it, and it will stay attached like it's supposed to. That's all there is to it. You can contact me at beerbelly68036 on the SSR Fanatics forum. I hope you enjoyed this video.